1949 in Budapest, Hungary. His family moved to the U.S. in 1956 when his family fled the Soviet invasion of Hungary, and they settled in Poughkeepsie, New York. He attended NYU for journalism, but dropped out after his freshman year. He worked up at a small bookstore and would later become Barnes & Noble, and was able to be appointed as the in-house designer as the business grew. He collaborated with Carol Bukaniewicz and Liz Trovato through his job at Barnes & Noble and founded his first design company, M & Company. He gained popularity after working with the band Talking Heads and doing work for restaurants in the New York City's meatpacking district. Later, he became the creative director of Interview magazine, and eventually became the founding editor-in-chief of Colors. Colors focused on multiculturalism and global awareness. It uses bold expression of imagery, iconic people in society, and type in order to convey messages for the world populace. During his rise in design, the Macintosh computer was created, which is considered one of the biggest design influences in history. Magazines became very prevalent, and the rise of music, actors, and politicians became relevant on the worldwide scale. AIGA New York City chapter formed in 1982, and other local chapters began to form in order to evolve away from the central leadership. Pollution, outsourced slavery, and other political problems began to be put into spotlights, which hadn't been previously done before. Tibor was dubbed the bad boy of graphic design in the 80s due to his outspoken opinions and use of his platform. He promoted the idea of designers taking responsibility for their work as designer citizens. When the clothing company Esprit was awarded the 1986 AIGA Design Leadership Award, he distributed leaflets throughout the ceremony that protested and showed the company's use and exploitation of Asian laborers. He argued for ethics behind the companies designers work for, and implored them to accept that many bad companies have bad design. He often used M & Company as a face for his advocations, and often sent leaflets and packages to his clients in hopes that it would persuade them to take greater stances on social issues. As co-founder of Colors, he moved to Rome and used the magazine to express issues of racism, violence, homelessness, smoking, and even AIDS, and was among the first to do so. Tibor was diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma and moved out to New York City in 1997. After returning to New York City, he re-established M & Company, seeing this as his probable last chance to make memorable and meaningful work. He chose only projects that would have long-standing impacts, attacking smoking, pollution, and other issues. Tibor died in 1999. Before he died, however, he wrote a manifesto titled, and pardon my language, "Fuck committees, I believe in lunatics." Let us listen to these words in remembrance of Tibor. It's about the struggle between individuals with jagged passion in their work and today's faceless corporate committees, which claim to understand the needs of the mass audience and are removing idiosyncrasies, polishing the jags, and creating a thought-free, passion-free cultural mush that will not be hated nor loved by anyone. By now, virtually all media, architecture, product, and graphic design have been freed from ideas, individual passion, and have been relegated to a role of corporate servitude, carrying out corporate strategies and increasing their stock prices. Creative people are now working for the bottom line. Magazine editors have lost their editorial independence and work for committees of publishers who work for committees of advertisers. TV scripts are vetted by producers, advertisers, lawyers, research specialists, layers and layers of paid executives who determine whether the scripts are dumb enough to amuse what they call the lowest common denominator. Film studios out films in front of focus groups to determine whether an ending will please target audiences. All cars look the same. Architectural decisions are made by accountants. Ads are stupid. Theater is dead. Corporations have become the sole arbiters of cultural ideas and taste in America. Our culture is corporate culture. Culture used to be the opposite of commerce, not a fast-track to content-derived riches. Not so long ago, captains of industry, no angels in the way they acquired their wealth, thought that part of their responsibility was to use their millions to support culture. Carnegie built libraries, Rockefeller built art museums, Ford created his global foundation. What do we now get from our billionaires? Gates? Or Eisner? Or Redstone? Sales pitches, junk mail. Meanwhile, creative people have their work reduced to content or intellectual property. Magazines and films are becoming delivery systems for product messages. But to be fair, the above is only 99% true. I offer a modest solution. Find the cracks in the wall. There are very few lunatic entrepreneurs who will understand that culture and design are not about fatter wallets, but about creating a future. They will understand that wealth is means, not an end. Under other circumstances, they may have turned out to be like you, creative lunatics. Believe me, they're there, and when you find them, treat them well and use their money to change the world. Tibor Kalman, New York, June 1998.